Hey everyone, it's Adam here from the Franchise Tag, and I am here with my top 5 waiver wire pickups for week 11. Now, we're getting to the crunch time in the season. You need to get that win, so it's important that you pick some of these guys up, put them in your team. They might not be starters for you straight away, but they might be able to help you later on in the season as well. So, my number one guy, Keaton Mitchell, running back from the Baltimore Ravens. He's currently 47% rostered in league, so he's available in over half of them. In week 9, he had 9 rushes, 138 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now, that's pretty impressive for a running back who isn't necessarily the main guy. Week 10 wasn't quite as successful. He did struggle a little bit more, but the fact of the matter is that you don't have to have a lot of rushes for a running back in this Baltimore offense. They're a very good offense. They scored plenty of points this season, and that doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon. If you need a running back, Keaton Mitchell, check on your waiver wire. He might be available and he will be a good one for you to get hold of. My number 2 guy, Demario Douglas from the New England Patriots, only 36% rostered. This guy has taken over as the most targeted receiver in that team. Kendrick Bourne's on IR. Juju Smith-Schuster is back, but even with Smith-Schuster around, he's had 29 targets in 4 weeks. Now, that is pretty impressive for a guy that you can just pick up for nothing and that you can plug into your team. He's had plenty of receptions from them targets, and he is scoring a decent amount of points for any person's fantasy team that is in there. My number 3 guy, I'm going to go for Khalil Shakir from the Buffalo Bills. Only 17% rostered. Now, we've seen Shakir come into the team a little bit more ever since Knox has gone on IR. Not to replace him as tight end, because that's where Dalton Kincaid's gone, but he is now the slot receiver. With Dawson Knox still on IR for a couple of weeks, it feels like Shakir is a good guy to get into your team. He's done pretty well since he's come in over the last couple of weeks. But even if you don't want to put him as your starter, he is a good bench choice for you to have, and then just another option that your team can use. My number 4 guy, I'm going to go for tight end Luke Musgrave from the Green Bay Packers. Now, 23% rostered. You can get him. He's available in so many leagues at the moment. He hasn't been Kincaid or Laporta. He's not that level at the moment, but he is kind of similar to Michael Mayer at the moment. And the thing that is different between him and Mayer, he's getting used a lot. He's getting used as though it's Kincaid or Laporta in their teams. The only difference is that at the moment, the Packers offense isn't that great, but he is still there. He's going to get plenty of targets. He had 51 yards in week 9, 64 yards in week 10. He's starting to get more and more involved in that offense, and he's someone that would be great for your bench as a second tight end if you've still got a tight end to go and buy. And then my final choice for this week's waiver wire, Josh Dobbs, quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, 52% rostered. If you need a quarterback, this is the guy that you want to go out and get. 2 rushing touchdowns in 2 games, and that's equaled 2 wins as well of his time at the Minnesota Vikings. He has got some great weapons in Minnesota. Justin Jefferson's coming back, which is only going to be a positive for him. Jordan Addison's looked great. TJ Hawkinson's had a really good week 10. He has got lots of weapons. He can rush, and he is going to have a massive impact on your team. So make sure that you have, if you've got Joshua Dobbs on your waiver wire, you make sure you go pick him up. Keep it with the Franchise Tag. We've got loads more fancy stuff coming out this week and for the rest of the season, and we'll see you all really soon.